So you have celiac disease. What's that? A quick Google search can be quite confusing with all the science terminology, so let me break it down for you. Celiac disease is an acquired chronic autoimmune disorder. When you eat gluten, it sets off a false alarm leading to an inflammatory reaction that damages your intestine. 1% of the population worldwide have celiac disease, so let's take a closer look at why this happens. Normally, the function of our immune system is a way to protect our body from harmful substances. To do this, we have mechanisms that can identify an invader, engulf it, and go to other cells to get further help to destroy it. A genetic alteration is seen within the small intestine on HLA-DQ2 and DQ8 receptors, but what does this have to do with celiac disease? Well, when we eat gluten, a protein found in grains like wheat, barley and rye, it travels down into our small intestine. Here, it is broken down into smaller alcohol-soluble pieces, known as gliadin, and is now small enough to cross into our intestinal wall. Gliadin is then modified by transglutaminase. Surveillance cells falsely set off an alarm, engulf this, and present them on a receptor known as HLA, the altered receptor, in order to get help from helper cells. These helper cells recognize this and then produce lots of toxic substances such as interferon gamma and tumor necrosis factor alpha. These toxins result in a loss of our hair-like structures known as villi, important for food absorption, and we see an influx of chronic inflammatory cells to our cell wall. So what are the signs and symptoms that result from this? People often present with abdominal pain, malnutrition, diarrhea, nausea, fatigue, bloating and anemia, with diarrhea and abdominal pain being the most common. So what is the current treatment you can get? Treatment available for celiac disease is to adhere to a strict non-gluten diet. Other treatment may include taking vitamins such as iron, calcium, vitamin B12 and folate, which are commonly lacking due to intestinal damage and ultimately malnutrition. But with these limited treatment options, what else can you do? Make sure to keep up to date with new and evolving treatments. Also, reach out to others with celiac disease for support, get regular checkups with your GP, and get family members tested for early diagnosis. But why should you follow these treatments? The mortality rate in patients with celiac disease exceeds that of the general population. But after 1 to 5 years of a gluten-free diet, we see a reduction in mortality rates. Hence, it's important to follow these recommendations for your overall health and well-being. So what's the best way to manage this? 1. Stick to a non-gluten diet. 2. Have regular checkups with your GP. And 3. Keep an eye out for new treatments.